All right. I saw Ryan was here. I'm sure everybody's ready. You all want to talk about combo expression. I'm sure many of you saw the tweet. I'm not going to pull it up. There was a poll that said, what's the most important thing in a fighting game for you? And the options were varied movement, combo expression, customization, or a large roster. And the tweet was essentially, if you're one of the X% that picked combo expression, congrats. You have no idea about how fighting games work, and combo expression is a myth. And this, like always, I don't know why somebody with a keyboard and 10 seconds makes a Twitter account and then tweets something like this, and everybody freaks out. They all freak out. Let's take this from the top. So like, what do people think about when they think about combo expressions in fighting games, right? If you don't play fighting games, you probably think that like 99% of fighting games is doing combos. Like you have to check into the lab, push up your glasses, and sit there and practice your combos for like 10 years. Once you know all of the optimal combos, then they let you play the game. And like, that's all you got to do. And it's like the focus. It's really not. And I think there is a part of combos that really matters for sure. And doing combos that are somewhat good matters a lot. But long-term, the most important part about fighting games is interactions between players and how you adjust or strategize against opponents and characters and all this kind of stuff, how you move, all these other options in the game that are so important. Once you know your combos, you don't have to think about them as often as you have to think about strategy, playing against your opponent, making better choices, where you should be on the screen, why you should be there. That kind of stuff is the long-term like end game of fighting games most of the time. That's it. I mean, how many times have you seen players do terrible combos and be incredible? Like Justin Wong, I always pick on him. He self-admittedly is like, yeah, my combos suck in so many different games. I don't have good combos. I just win neutral and it doesn't matter. Lots of other players have been like that, where they just have bad combos, but they win because they are just so good at everything else that they win more scenarios per round than other people. So let's go back to this idea that combo expression doesn't exist. Most of the time in fighting games, the interesting part is that choosing the right combo is actually really hard. And a good example of this is I've been watching a lot of Sin players lately, and all of them do different combos. And it's not because they're doing unoptimal combos. The combos they're choosing to do are optimal in regards to what they want. Some Sin players want good Oki after their knockdowns, so they always are willing to spend additional stamina. Other Sin players are always willing to spend meter to do supers to wall break or get them near the wall, always on all the combos they do. Other Sin players save the bar until they get close to the corner and do different stuff. And I don't think any of those examples of people like choosing to end their combos in beacon to dash, or choosing to end their combos early into Elcon, or choosing to end the combo and other stuff, I don't think any of it is unoptimal routing. They're doing the most optimal combo that leads to the situation they want the most, which is straight up just combo expression. Now, I think you can even take it a step further and say like, okay, well, once you've decided that this is the kind of style of combo or situation you want to do or get, then now there's no more expression because you're just doing the most optimal combo and this is the best thing you can do in that scenario. You could say now that you've expressed yourself and chosen a combo, there's no more expression left. But I don't think that's true either, because there's lots of other moments in a match to choose it, right? Lots of players choose combos based on difficulty, based on Oki, based on resources, based on positioning after, based on matchups. So some matchups, you're okay going back to neutral at the end of the combo. In some matchups, you want to just take space as much as you can. You want to get there and kill them. Some matchups, you want to do stuff that builds you more meter. Some matchups, there are combos that are more difficult and people just can't do them all the time. And have you ever played a fighting game and you're like, dude, I'm fucking feeling it. I'm going to go for the hard combo today. Sometimes you don't do that, right? Sometimes you're like, dude, I'm not feeling it. I cannot do this combo today. I'm going to keep it real nice and simple. What if you get a hit on someone and the combo is going to kill no matter what you do? I'll just throw them. Or I'll do the best meter build. Or I'll do what I think looks the coolest. Or I'll do what I think looks like it's the most disrespectful. Some people are make you watch the super enjoyers. Some people are let me end this the fastest. Some people are like, let me just do the most disgusting, despicable looking move my character has. These are all examples of moments you can choose to do Cool stuff. The other problem is that lots of different hits have lots of different scenarios where things are so unusual, you don't know exactly how you're going to make it to the end of the combo or not. Now, you can fill in the gaps in that knowledge, but even if you do, I'm sitting here, I have about a bar and a half and I hit them in the middle of the screen. Should I spend bar in the beginning of the combo? Should I spend it at the end of the combo? Do I not want to spend any meter and save it? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I focus on positioning? Should I try to do more stun if the game has stun? Should I try and save my bar for super because super is a more important win condition? Should I, there's lots of different choices you can make. Have you ever seen someone do a combo that is not burst safe and then RC in the middle to be like, oh, look, I showed you a non-burst safe route and then I RC'd to keep it burst safe later on. And it's like a specific bait that you're looking for. And then you do a combo off of that, right? And then you can choose to make that part burst safe or not. Like there's so many layers of decision making wrapped very neatly in one specific hit. Think about how hard it is to make the correct combo choices correct in Street Fighter 6. Do I want to prioritize on damage, positioning, my opponent's drive gauge, like trying to crush their drive gauge? Do I want to prioritize least amount of resources possible so that way if I get hit later, I still have drive gauge and I'm fine? There's so many decisions you can make just on the gauges that you and your opponent have, not counting, oh, this combo side switches, this one corner carries, or this one does more damage, or this one gives you better setup. When you go for like that nasty, disrespectful combo that does emotional damage to someone and they're just pissed off about it, that can be as valuable as a player to target as doing something else. You guys bring up the Marlin Pie combo routing, but I also think about Deb baiting Marlin Pie's burst with Riot Stamp for like no reason. Could just block the burst. Yeah, Tokido killing with the taunt combo at Evo against Punk when he knew it was going to kill. You have to make the choice about what you think is optimal. Lots of people place in and do lots of different combos because they think it's better to take the Oki or not take the Oki or do this or that. They have made the choice already. If you try and like stretch the definition of combo expression so much that it's like only making the choice of how the combos work and all the aspects of like doing them or deciding them in a match don't count. I mean, yeah, you can make the word the mean flowers. We're just completely redefining the definition of something and like what we mean to be expression. And I think 99% of people would consider all of those other things expression. And even if now you want to remove all of this stuff and really crunch down to the numbers, there's still plenty of things that you can do that are optimal combos that require decision making, and all of them are correct in their own way, but they give you different spots and scenarios. Or you can just think about how you kill someone when it doesn't matter. You can do any combo in the game. That's expression right there, right? This is a rare scenario where someone thinks it doesn't exist. I think most people, it's the opposite, that like combo expression and doing the right combos is the hardest part about fighting games, which I don't think is true. Outsider perspective or like a new or intermediate player experience, a lot of them think combos are like the most important things. Like if my combos are just better, I could be so good. When in reality, at the highest level, there's lots of other things that impact the game, mostly strategy and decision making and trying to improve in those aspects. There are solved things about combos in the sense that like if you block a DP, there is a most damage combo, or like there are set scenarios where you like this is the most damaging thing you can do. But there's everything else about the game which is so complex and interesting to think about all the time. And the more you try to bottle them down to the games or scenarios that are solved completely, the more you misrepresent that fighting games, despite their ability to be solved, are oftentimes unsolvable when you play them at fast speeds, right? Particularly because the wider the amount of decisions in a game you can make and the faster a game is, the more impossible it is to play that game perfect. You just can't do it. There's too many moving pieces for you to make all the correct decisions all the time. In fact, how many drops and flubs and mistakes have we seen at Capcom Cup alone for Street Fighter? Not a particularly fast game, but basically everybody has been making mistakes or missing punishes or missing combos or stuff constantly. And for certain games, there are combos that are too hard to do in tournament consistently all the time. It's just the truth. I'm doing the easiest combo imaginable at all times, says Filipino Man. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people who play in tournament will tell you the same thing. Sure, you should go with the optimal combo within reason. That is it. If it's too hard and you're going to drop it all the time, don't do it. And if it's so easy that it doesn't give you the thing you need, then maybe you should do something a little harder. And if you need to do the best combo to win, sometimes you're like, all right, it's time. If it's not necessary to win right now at this moment, a lot of people will opt not to because, I mean, dude, people drop the easy combos. Also, yes, Anton. The commentator always knows the best combo. They're like, oh, that wasn't right. I would have simply done a sick, nasty McTwist over the helicopter and not gotten my credit stolen like Tony Hawk's Underground. My favorite line in my chat, maybe in the last like year, is someone that said, me personally, I would have let that happen. I would have gotten hit by every mix. I would have not mashed when I was supposed to. I would have mashed when I'm not supposed to. Me personally, I would have thrown the round, but I'm glad that they clutched it out. On the topic of doing combos in tournament and people dropping things, this is my favorite example of this ever. Battle for the Stones was an event that happened for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite when it came out. And part of winning events was you got stones and you can activate them for special powers in the match. One of the stones, which was the Power Stone, Cloud 805 got for winning, as you can see activated up here, allowed you at game start, your opponent could do nothing and you got to do a nasty combo on them. Whatever combo you want. They're not allowed to break the combo. They're not allowed to block or anything. So this is the combo that Cloud does.
Power Stone is activated right now. He's using it straight off the rip. Oh, he's going to have to sit there and say Mate. Oh, and he's going for the optimal combo. Look at this scumbag. That's what I like to see. Oh, it's over. It's over.
And he drops the combo. And he won the tournament, by the way. Cloud 805 not only ends up winning this, he wins the entire tournament. Yeah, he's known as like the guy who does the nasty combos. People are like, dude, Cloud 805 does the sick, nasty combos. He's just so fucking clean with it. Me personally, I would have dropped the combo even earlier. Literally yesterday or the other day, there's Angry Bird up against Chris CCH. Crouching medium kick. Gets accidental heavy kick Tatsu. DP super. And look, his head in his hands. He just won the game. Head in his hands, like, oh my god.
And that's game number 1 going to Angry Bird.
Oh my god, I got so lucky right there. He's just laughing, his head's in his hands. He's like, oh fuck, I messed up so bad. And then his tweet, by mistake, guys. This is what fighting games are like. We fuck up literally all the time. On purpose or on accident, you know. Sometimes you gotta pick the right combo and just make that, you know, make do with what you got. I will say though that it's so funny that someone makes a tweet like this and people get so frustrated and like so invested in trying to be mean on Twitter about it when it just cracks me up. I'm like, what? How did this happen? This is a random tweet. Listen. I was sent as a force of nature. I went to Super Nintendo World at Universal and I said, don't worry, Smash fans, I'll handle Nintendo. I got you guys. All you Smash fans, this one's for you. All right, listen. I need you to care about Smash players. Oh. My bad. I tried. I don't know what else you want me to do. Exhausted every possible option to make Nintendo care about Smash fans. I'm sorry.